from north to south, east to west. Ghana is a nation that is rich in resources. The most valuable of our resources, however, is our human resource. And with a young population estimated to consist over 50% being under the age of 25, Ghana's future is bright. That's why the government has prioritized the education sector as a building block towards getting the nation ready for the challenges of the future. After the implementation of the free SHS policy, the government is going another level by investing heavily in technical and vocational education and training, TVET. Part of the TVET policy has to do with massive infrastructural development, from renovation to full construction of educational and administrative facilities. This is being done with the aim of increasing enrollment numbers, improving teaching and learning, and giving the national vision for industrialization a boost.
You see, once upon a time, TVET was seen as a dead-end street. So the smartest and the brightest didn't want to take that route because they want to go to the university. That is why the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has given priority to transformation in the TVET space. He looks at education as a means to an end. He believes that for education to play its rightful role in the transformation of our economy and our society, you need to transform education first, and that is why TVET is being transformed.
2017 saw a major shake-up in the landscape. That was when the government got involved in the modernization of TVET schools.
Government commitment is very crucial. As we were going through the Education Regulators Bill in Parliament and Pre-Tertiary Bill in Parliament, we decided to seek for funding to upgrade, retool and facelift all the 34 NVTIs. Even though at that time, these NVTIs were not under the Ministry of Education. But we were very optimistic that the bill will go through, we're going to have an act. Therefore, we were very proactive. That shows how committed government and the Ministry of Education were.
In December 2019, vocational education in Ghana received a major boost when His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, announced the upgrading and modernization of vocational education system in Ghana. This was at a ceremonial sod cutting to commence the work. The initiative was a reaffirmation of the government's resolve to make education and skills critical drivers for the growth of the country.
This year, I'll be commissioning some of the 34 refurbished National Vocational and Technical Institutes, NVTIs, across the country. The refurbishment comprises the construction, rehabilitation, and equipment of laboratories, workshops, additional classrooms, hostels, and administrative offices.
This ambitious project aims at giving a much-needed upgrade to the entire vocational system involving NVTIs, head offices, 10 regional and 5 apprenticeship offices, constructing 2 new training centers for foundry and machining, and upgrading the existing Opportunities Industrialization Center Ghana, OIC Center, and OIC head office in Accra under the Ministry of Education, NVTI, and their partners Planet One Education.
The NVTI project has a special place in the pecking order amongst the projects that have been completed by Planet One Group. Amidst the projects that we've successfully delivered in over 10 or 12 countries globally, the NVTI project has a momentous place because of the sheer magnitude, scale, and the complexity of the project. The project spreads across 34 locations, including rural areas and far-flung areas. It covers infrastructure augmentation, including high-class workshops, foundries, digital classrooms, residential facilities, and academic facilities. It also involves a huge content and curriculum development exercise cutting across 28 trades, including sectors which are critical and pivotal to the economic transformation of Ghana, namely oil and gas, mining, automobile engineering, mechanical, mechatronics, foundries. So these are key sectors which are being focused by the government of Ghana.
The project was initiated through a detailed and thorough feasibility study conducted by Planet One Education and NVTI, highlighting Planet One Group's approach of providing holistic solutions to all aspects of vocational system.
Well, there were various complexities, one of them being that about 4 or 5 sites were restricted sites. By restricted sites, we mean that the area available was very, very restricted, and the TVET schools were in session. So the students were there. It was a small site, new buildings had to be made, classes had to continue. So that was one of the constraints. Then another constraint site that comes to mind is Chanderi, where it is across the lake and you have to carry all the material, manpower, equipment across on a barrage to reach the site. So that was pretty challenging. Well, there was a very, very strict monitoring system that was put in place by the government of Ghana. There was a monitoring committee at the center with cabinet ministers heading or chairing the meetings. There was an employer's representative who had his local cluster managers all over the country monitoring the project. Besides that, our own internal quality assurances, process management systems were there, which ensured that the project completed on time and was as per the quality standards that were set.
A point to be also noted here is that in the backdrop of the global pandemic, spiraling input costs and inflation, and supply chain constraints globally, Planet One, under the leadership of the chairman, has managed to implement and deliver the project within the specified budget and time.
Planet One are truly professionals. Their level of collaboration is very different. They come to you and they are problem solvers. They come to you and say, how do we execute this? How do we do this? If you have any concern, their consultants will come sit down with you so that we see the way forward. So working with Planet One is a rare opportunity as a Minister for Education. This is an organization that brings solutions to our country. So I'm super excited that we're going to continue to work with them because they are truly a professional organization.
On completion, the project will enable the youth to be exposed to new age industrial sectors like oil and gas, automobile, foundry, and other trades covered under the project. The holistic approach of Planet One Group for the project covered new or upgraded world-class training infrastructure in alignment with industry requirements, development of competency-based training curricula covering 26 industrial trades, provision of furniture and tools and equipment for 217 workshops and labs at 34 NVTI centers, provision of furniture and office equipment for NVTIs, apprenticeship offices, regional offices, and national head office. Training of master trainers for all the 26 trades to develop in-nation capability to impart world-class training at NVTI centers. Provision of transport buses for the use of students at all NVTI centers. Under this project, all the NVTIs are getting hostels in their locations, increasing the residential capacity by more than 8,000 students. Moreover, each center, through the availability of buses, will be able to reach out to remote urban and semi-urban areas and ferry students on daily basis, thus massively improving access to quality vocational education. With a larger number of classrooms, workshops, and hostels, and availability of transport, it is expected that a 50 to 70% increase in the overall capacity of NVTI centers will be witnessed, thus fulfilling the requirements of more skilled manpower for industry. All the new and enhanced workshops are equipped with industry-relevant tools and equipment and the latest technology. These will function as not only best-in-class training facility, but will also be used by the NVTI centers as semi-production units, whereby the centers will be able to take up real-life projects for the students and industry.
We believe that TVET play a better role in the economy if you link TVET with industry. TVET and industry have to be brought together. When you bring them together, then the students are not doing rote memorization. They are not doing book TVET. They are doing practical TVET. They go to the workplace for 2 days. They come to the classroom, and there's that total alignment. And with that, when they finish school, they're able to function in the work space. And even if they start their own companies, they are doing what is truly driven by market forces and not what is driven solely by schools. So essentially, we want to embark upon a TVET transformation agenda that goes beyond maintenance to creation and development of new equipment and new tools. And you can't do that unless you change the whole ecosystem. Teacher training to guidance and counseling to support for students with special needs. That's why I'm excited that the government has made provision for hiring of staff to engage in guidance and counseling in TVET schools.
Infrastructural development. The future benefits of this upgrade in TVET are enormous, going beyond the immediate beneficiaries and the towns that will see infrastructural development.
Thanks to the vision of His Excellency the President of Ghana, the TVET sector in Ghana is witnessing a new dawn. This is witnessed and evidenced by the record admission and enrollment rates in the current academic year across the TVET sector in Ghana. It has nearly doubled the enrollment rate that was seen historically in the past 2 years. This is an evidence and reflection of the success of the TVET sector under the leadership of the President, and also testimony to the transformational projects undertaken, including the NVTI project by Planet One Group. On behalf of the chairman of the group, we congratulate all the stakeholders, including the Ministry of Education, the TVET Services, and various other stakeholders and ministries who made this long-awaited dream a reality today.
From St. Clair's VTI in the Sisala West District, through the Institute of Business Studies in the Kumasi Sub-Metro to Kanda Career Training Institute in the Ayawaso East District, the future sits on a foundation of innovation. The changes being seen in the TVET landscape fit into the national agenda to put technology at the heart of our vision. And this is just the beginning. As we begin with the second phase of this project to transform TVET in this country, we do so with the confidence that with the commitment of the government of the day, the fortunes of the nation are in good hands.